button on here. Okay. So actually too, after this, if after Christina gives her presentation, if you all have questions for Christina, if you have any questions for me, we'll open it up afterward. If you have questions and you think you're going to forget, you can put them in the chat. Does everyone know how to use the chat? Pretty much, okay. So Christina, I will put it over to you and let me know if I need to give you permission. Whoops.
Yeah, I think everyone is good. Can you all see my screen?
To stop others.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Vicki, so much for having me, Singles Travel International. My name is Christina Falcone, your market sales manager with Celebrity Cruises. And I think that this is just such a poignant question. Isn't it time? It's time to journey safe and it's time to journey wonderful. Celebrity Cruises restarted the cruise industry here in the North American market back in June of 2021 and has been successfully leading the way since then with 11 of our 14 ships back in service. All ships expected to be back in service by the middle of June. So we're super excited for that. It's such a great milestone and moment. And it's just great. We're seeing those warning levels on cruising come down. So it's just a really great time to get out and start traveling. So for those of you who may not be familiar with Celebrity Cruises, let me share a little bit about what Celebrity's 5 pillars are. So Celebrity Cruises is based on these 5 pillars that we want to focus on what travelers want most. Our destination delivery, as you'll see in this presentation, we have 2 incredible itineraries that really showcase parts of the world that I don't think lots of people want to venture to or have had the opportunity to venture to. So cruising just continues to provide that way to get to less accessible islands and destinations in a really great and wonderful, luxurious way. Our design excellence, our ships are world renowned for their design and their excellence in that class as far as the architects that we work with, designers that we work with. We work very closely with Nate Berkus as an ambassador for our brand. And as new ships continue to come online, they're just more innovative and beautiful than the next. Our world-class accommodations. We offer luxurious spaces, accommodations, including our all-inclusive, all-exclusive retreat class, which allows you to have your own private restaurant, private lounge, and private sun deck. So really allowing you to vacation how you want to. Our culinary expertise. We rely heavily not only on the destinations that we visit to help curate our world-class menus, but with also our chef and culinary ambassador, Danielle Balloud, along with Cornelius Gallagher, our head chef, overseeing 300 chefs throughout our fleet. And of course, holistic wellness. We know that we're in a time when we're traveling that we also want to maintain to continue those practices that we have at home, whether it be your healthier eating, your yoga practices, your exercise routine. We know how important that is, that it doesn't just stop once you get on vacation. So you want to go ahead and maintain that. And we allow that through our holistic wellness, our spa-inspired classrooms called Aqua Class, providing you a private restaurant called Blue, giving you that lighter, healthier fare, as well as access to the spa to rejuvenate after those long days out while you're trekking and exploring, but also to enjoy on those days at sea. And there are plenty of them between the 2 different itineraries. So with Celebrity Cruises, we have our always included pricing program, and this ensures that every guest and every stateroom on every sailing has unlimited drinks, Wi-Fi, and their tips are covered. And that's our always included, that's our base fare, that's what's going to be included in your cruise fare. However, if you're looking for a little bit more, you have the opportunity to upgrade to Elevate or upgrade to Indulge, each allowing and providing a little bit more flexibility, such as premium drinks, additional shore excursion credit, and additional OBC as well. So a little bit about the destinations that we'll visit. Each slide is going to showcase the different ports that you'll be going to, along with some just like quick little tidbits about those places in case you didn't know, just kind of inspiring that mind and questioning and allowing you to do some more research before making that final decision on booking. So we'll start with our Fiji and Tonga cruise. This will be on board the beautiful Celebrity Eclipse, which is a part of our Solstice class series, a beautiful ship that came out in 2015, absolutely stunning, really providing and lending itself to explore these destinations, as well as provide some really great amenities while on board and at sea. So your ship will depart from Auckland, New Zealand. It will depart at 6 p.m. And a little bit about Auckland is that it's New Zealand's most cosmopolitan city, being a melting pot of British, Asian, Pacific, and Maori cultures. And some of where you'll see explore, those are going to be some of the different shore excursions that are offered by Celebrity Cruises, available to all guests to purchase. However, as a group, you may also have the ability to do group shore excursions, allowing you to keep your group together and explore that way as well. And that's something we'll talk about as we get a little further into the program. We have Auckland City and Harbor highlights, the America Sailing Cup, which has been hosted twice in Auckland, New Zealand. Apparently 1 out of 3 citizens or households in New Zealand actually have a boat. So boating is very popular in Auckland and New Zealand as a whole. And then the Kelly Tarleton Sea Life Aquarium and Sky Tower. Sky Tower provides a 360-degree view up around the city, allowing you to get those really breathtaking views as a city by the sea. Mount Eden Volcanic Cove, Cathedral Caves, Shakespeare Regional Park, just some of the really great natural beauty that lies within New Zealand. Then you'll venture to Suva, Fiji. Suva is the capital of Fiji, where you'll discover a mix of 21st century architecture, Art Deco, gems, and 19th century British colonial buildings. The historic Albert Park is on the coast of Victoria Parade and the site of the very first ever plane to land in Fiji. So a little fun fact for you. And of course, some of the options that you have, again, are really immersing yourself in the beauty of the natural landscapes in these areas, such as the Suva Forest Park and Waterfall, Pure Fijian City Drive Tour, and then a Rewa Village Tour and Kava ceremony. Kava is very popular in Fiji and really originated there. So going through this Kava ceremony is just a way of immersing yourself within that culture. Lutaka, Fiji. And again, you're there for quite a bit of the day, so it allows you to really immerse yourself in this beauty. I mean, just looking at these pictures, it was rainy here in South Florida where I am today, so these are just me longing for these white sand beaches and these beautiful palm trees as well. There's the Fiji Garden of the Sleeping Giant, which has over 2,000 different varieties of Asian orchids and hybrids. So it's really lovely. If you're into flower and horticulture, this is a really great island to explore some of this stuff. The Fiji Homestead and History, really taking a deep dive into Fiji itself, the natural thermal mud pool. So if again, you're into health and wellness and holistic experiences, this is just a great way to continue to extend that. A jungle safari zip line tour for those of you that are a little more adventurous. And then for those of you that are looking to soak up that island sun, the South Sea Island Day Cruise. And these are all available to look through on the Celebrity Cruises website, where you'll see lots more information about each of these shore excursions. Apia, Samoa. So there's over 3,000 years of Samoan culture and 19th century colonial character echoing across Apia in a charming urban center, where you'll have the opportunity to experience a bustling seafood market, swim and snorkel at many of the scenic beaches and waterfalls. So again, some of the tours that are available to you are the township and surroundings, art, nature, and beach resort. So really combining probably quite a bit of what that island has to offer, immersing yourself in the art, the nature, and then being able to relax at the beach, and coastal village and tropical gardens. It just looks stunning. Pago Pago. So the Pago Pago is where you're actually there from 10:02 a.m. to 6 p.m. And an interesting fact about this cruise is you're actually crossing the international date line twice. So when you're looking through the itinerary, it's very interesting to see that you kind of have 2 days of January 20th, and then you kind of lose a day and you gain a day. It gets very confusing. So I'm sure your captain will walk you through all of that and how that works on the ship. But I thought that was very interesting that you are in Samoa at 10:02 a.m. On January 21st, I believe, or the dates that coincide with it. So what it is that you'll be able to explore some coral restoration tours. That's very popular there. Coral is a dying breed. Apparently within our oceans, we only have 1 generation left of coral, and it's a very important part of our ecosystem. So this restoration coral tour, I'm sure, will be very interesting in seeing how they're helping restore the coral and to restore those natural ecosystems within the oceans. For those of you that are looking for a more cultural show, the tea at the Omalata with the cultural show, you'll have traditional American Samoan tea. And then for those of you who are interested in golf and being a little more active, I just like the name of it. It's called Lava Lava Golf. It kind of sounds like a miniature golf name, but I love it. I think it's so great. And I feel like this would be such an amazing opportunity to partake in a hobby and that might be important to you in such different places around the world. Nuka Alofa. And some of these are all very new names to me. So I was very excited to be able to do this as I'm learning a little bit more about the destinations that we go to and also expanding my to-do list of where to travel to next. So Nuku Alofa is the capital of Tonga and it rests peacefully along the north coast of the island. Tonga is a nation of over 170 islands dramatically framed by white sand beaches and coral reef. And this place is the perfect getaway to explore the South Pacific paradise. It's home to Tonga's royal family. So Nuku Alofa literally translates to Adobe of Love, which makes perfect sense given the island's warm hospitality and welcoming residents, excuse me. So some of the options you have here, we have the Huma blowholes, which are very popular. They're natural occurrences within the ocean, the island site in Vakaloa Beach, and Captain Cook's Landing and Ohole Beach. So again, really combining some of the unique characteristics of the island along with the beautiful natural seascapes. But don't forget to visit those lively markets and take a quick boat ride to enchanting coral islands that are just a short cruise away. So plenty of options here, being that you're there from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So those are all the ports that you'll visit on the Fiji and Tonga cruise. But along with that, you'll have plenty of days at sea to really enjoy everything that the Celebrity Eclipse has to offer. As I said, she is part of our Solstice class ships. She provides over 1 acre of fresh grass that's cut daily. Daily lawn games are provided by your Celebrity Life activity team. The solarium is a wonderful place to unwind and enjoy just the peaceful and serenity on those sea days, as the other days while you're in port can be a busy, bustling day. Our Persian Gardens, for those of you who are looking for that spa holistic wellness, this is where we launched our Aqua Class staterooms, allowing you to really relax on these heated stone beds that are included with the Aqua Class pricing. And of course, that access to Blue, which is your private main dining room. We have the Lawn Club again, which I spoke of, but I think it's just so unique, and Celebrity's always pushing those boundaries and putting things on ships that you never could have imagined. So when we said we're going to put an acre of grass on a ship, many people said why or how, and so we did. And there's so many great events that are hosted out there. There's a large screen TV so that we can have movies under the stars, some different activities throughout the evening, and it's just a really fun place to be able to have your bare feet on the grass while you're in the middle of the ocean. And then of course our beautiful main dining room. As you were in the main dining room, the focal point is really our huge wine cellar that is filled to the top, this glass wine cellar that you can just awe and stare at and try wines from all over the world. Given that we'll be in the New Zealand area, there will be a lot of different wine tastings to partake in throughout the journey of the cruise, especially on sea days. We've won many Wine Spectator Awards for the wine collection and variety that we have. So plenty to do and keep you busy at sea for as much as you want or for as little as you want. So now we'll get into our Antarctica and Argentina cruise, which I find to be such a unique experience. And people are always so confused as to, you know, Argentina and Antarctica, but it really is a destination that is booming and is becoming more popular as I think we start to travel a little bit more, and especially after these last 2 years, people are really looking to different destinations and different cruising experiences. And Antarctica and Argentina are definitely one of that. So this will be on the beautiful Celebrity Infinity, one of our classic ships, but she is a delight and we're so excited to welcome her back into service starting this summer from Fort Lauderdale. So if you're looking for a quick getaway this summer, there's always that option too. You don't have to wait till January to sail on Celebrity, but we can talk about that. And we have some really great opportunities to sail. And Buenos Aires, Argentina is where you'll depart from. It is round trip. departs 5 p.m. Of course, we always recommend that you fly in at least a day before your cruise leaves, just in case there's any hiccups with the airlines. We all know how that goes right now. And also some time to really enjoy these port departure cities. Some of them are absolutely stunning, such as Buenos Aires, being the capital of Argentina, throbbing with creative energy, melting pot of cultures. There's Native American, Spanish, colonial, Italian, French, British, and more. And as we get a little bit more into this itinerary, you'll see where all of these different influences come from, as different nations have really battled among the rights and the claims and the stakes to Argentina and Antarctica as well. You can discover some local tea and don't miss the world-renowned steaks and the excellent Malbec wines. For those of you that are into wine, this is a wonderful region. The Argentinian wines are very popular with Malbecs, so there are some really great wine tasting opportunities throughout the voyage as well. And of course, you'll find pizza, pasta, and ice cream on every corner. And there is a wonderful dessert. They're called alfajores, and my boyfriend introduced them to me. And they are just these chocolate-covered double-decker cookies filled with dulce de leche, and they're so good. It's hard to find them down here, but anytime I can find them, I stock up because they're just so tasty. So I'd love to have a traditional Argentinian one day as well. So some options for you to explore. We have the architecture of Buenos Aires. For those of you that are into architecture, I think with just so many different influences of so many different cultures, there's so much. I mean, I think for me, this first picture with the medieval building of the Congress kind of looks like what you would see in St. Petersburg, Russia. You could also see the medieval Teatro Colón, something that you would find perhaps in Madrid or Barcelona. So really just some unique opportunities and influences from the different cultures. But then from the bustling cities, you have that beauty of the mountains, just all of those different colors and the way that that water just reflects all of the beautiful mountain and snow-capped mountains there. So some opportunities for photography tours. I'm sure you would get some amazing pictures, and of course a wine tasting experience and jazz. Sounds amazing. Ushuaia, Argentina. This town was formerly a military base, a colony, and a naval base. And no other city on the planet has more southerly latitude than Ushuaia, Argentina. It's literally the end of the world, as a lot of people say. As a result, the sun does shine for 18 hours during the day, during the summer days, and providing ample opportunities to view the mix of glaciers, forests, and seas. And some of the really great things that you can do here is explore this Tierra del Fuego National Park on a hike through wilderness or hike along the coast in glacial lakes. So really providing kind of a fire and ice experience, hiking with Siberian Huskies, canoeing at the end of the world, and a culinary taste of Ushuaia. So really offering something for everybody's palate and adventure sense. Cape Horn, Chile. So in this itinerary, you'll find that there is a lot of cruising, and you're cruising these really unique islands and places that not many people have the opportunity to see within their lifetime.
Hello.
So Cape Horn, Chile. Oh,
Yes, what's up?
let's just make sure we're on mute, please. Thank you. So it's named after the Dutch town of Hoorn in 1616. Its craggy cliffs and windswept shores are stark with rugged beauty that creates a dramatic setting for the collision between the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. So you may hear a lot about cruising around Cape Horn. I can assure you it's definitely an adventure, but it is to a land of fire, the most isolated place in the Americas, and Cape Horn is its southernmost point. So I mean, you're really getting to the end of the world here. So really providing some really great views here. Then we have Schollart Channel in the Antarctica, and this is where you'll be cruising. So as you can see here from the pictures, you're going to see a mix of glaciers and ice, and then of course these adorable seals that you'll see from the ship. There is not an actual landing in Antarctica, but you are cruising through it. So you'll experience this spectacular wildlife that inhabits the Great White South Pole and breathe in the exhilarating air. So you'll see Anvers Island to the southwest and Barbrand Island to the northeast to take in mesmerizing sights of massive ice floes, humpback whales, waddling penguins, leopard seals, and more in the natural and somewhat extreme element. So you're definitely going to leave with some absolutely amazing memories and pictures. Then you'll be cruising through Paradise Bay, and as you can see, it looks just like paradise. Different little bit of a beach paradise, but this looks absolutely stunning equally. So within these waters, you may see minke whales feeding and the Gen 2 penguins curiously observing you from the rocky shores. So as you can see, it's just some really great reflecting of the spectacular mountains. You have Rojas Peak, Bride Peak, and the Petzval Glacier. And on all of these journeys, you'll have naturalists on board that will help guide you through the cruising these channels and the bays, pointing out the wildlife, how the topography got this way, and just really allowing you to take it all in and understand just how it all happens. Then you have Gerlache Strait, where you'll continue to do some cruising and just seeing the amount of wildlife that is inhabiting of Antarctica, I think is just stunning on its own. So a number of geographical anomalies around this channel make these waters some of the most plankton rich in the world, which is where you'll see most of these animals, especially the profusion of whales feeding in the rich ecosystem. And that is definitely a sight you will never forget. I mean, a breaching whale. There are some of these unique dolphins as well that you'll see, and then of course penguins, and my life goal is to see penguins, so I feel like this is definitely the cruise for me, so I might be joining you all. Elephant Island, Antarctica, again, you'll be cruising this. Elephant Island is aptly named for the elephant seals that are found within Elephant Island, and it plays one of the roles in the seafaring history most legendary exploits. So the brave crew of Endurance, and actually I find this so interesting that it's kind of coming full circle, as this just came up on the news not too long ago, but the ship itself was found on the seabed of Antarctica. And what I found so interesting about the Endurance story is that it was led by the intrepid explorer, Sir Ernest Shackleton, was trapped, him and his crew were trapped on the ice during a 1914 polar expedition. They took refuge on this island until help arrived. And I heard it was something about 5 months or so. And even though they spent the entire winter in Antarctica waiting for rescue, not a single crew member was lost. So I find that to be a really incredible story, and just a little bit more of a reason to go here and see Elephant Island, because it's kind of a full circle story now. So Elephant Island has claims not only from Argentina and Chile, but also United Kingdom and Brazil. Has 2 shelters here that contain up to 6 researchers that work during the summer months. So Antarctica is, again, that really unique continent where there's many countries that are trying to stake claim for Antarctica itself. So it's a very unique, and lends itself to, I think, South America being a very unique melting pot of different cultures. Port Stanley in the Falkland Islands, you'll be here from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. There's about 2,000 people that live on this remote former whaling outpost, and they call it home. So it's a great opportunity for hiking through the rocky, windswept landscape. You may observe a few of the island's flightless residents, including the Magellan penguins burrowing underground and rock hoppers carefully observing you. So for those of you that are animal lovers or even into bird watching, this is an amazing itinerary, and really checking off a lot of those different penguin species off your list. So here, town highlights Falkland battlefield. Again, lots of different battles have been fought there for the stake and claim of Argentina and the Falkland Islands itself, as well as Antarctica. The Long Island Farm, where you get to really immerse yourself in the different kind of farming that's done there. And you could even ride 4x4s visiting the beaches and the penguin colonies. So again, a little something for everyone. It's supposed to be Puerto Madryn, Argentina. This deep water port was founded in 1865 by Welsh immigrants. It extends out into the Atlantic. From Puerto Madryn is the Peninsula Valdez, and that's a wildlife sanctuary where the vast number of sea elephants, whales, and penguins far outnumber the few human visitors who make it out this far. So again, opportunities to explore the largest nesting colony of Magellanic penguins, tour the Museum of Paleontology, and the Taurinas watching adventure. Those are the rare small dolphins that I was speaking of. You board a Zodiac and you are out in the ocean and you're looking for these small rare dolphins that you don't see anywhere but in this area. And then Montevideo, Uruguay. So again, just kind of that stark difference from cruising through Antarctica, where it's so uninhabited, the Falkland Islands, into Montevideo, which is a modern city with a rich artistic tradition. The reach of the rural estancias is all around you. If ever there was a time you were inclined to indulge in delicious steaks, these are the specialty of the house in virtually every restaurant. So definitely a steak lover's dream there. And excursions can include wineries, historic neighborhoods on foot, and small group city tours. So that will pretty much round out your Argentinian and Antarctica cruise before you head back to Buenos Aires. So a little bit about the Celebrity Infinity. This is one of our classic ships. She's one of our older ships, but she is a beautiful ship. She's about 2,200 passengers. She still does provide that spa aqua class inspired staterooms. Our solarium is beautiful on these ships, providing thalassotherapy. So for those adventure seekers, this is a great place to come and unwind after a day at port, or just relax during your day at sea. We do provide the Persian Gardens, which again, those heated stone beds. And if you are not in aqua class, you can still gain access to the Persian Gardens. You can purchase a week-long pass, or excuse me, a cruise-long pass, or you can do it by the day. So providing a lot of great opportunities. Of course, main dining. We have some specialty restaurants on board. So if you and some friends want to grab dinner at one of our specialty restaurants, such as Sushi, La Petite Chef, or Tuscan Grill, that's our Italian steakhouse inspired restaurant, you are more than welcome to as well. So plenty to do and keep you busy. Our celebrity life activity team is really great. We have silent disco, we have regular discos, we have a wonderful martini bar where our flair bartenders really make your night and just do these amazing tricks and shows throughout the evening while preparing these delicious martinis for you too. So I promise you'll have plenty to do with your days at sea on board Celebrity, whether it's on the Infinity, the Eclipse, or any of our other award-winning ships in our fleet. So I want to thank you all so much. I hope that you have some really great questions and are looking forward to exploring a little bit more. So I will turn it back over to Vicki.
Christina, thank you very much. And so I do want to talk about, I think that most of you, if not all of you, are already premium members. But I'll just talk very, very quickly about, for the Fiji and Tonga cruise, we still have 3 premium deals. One is we have 1 ocean view and 2 inside cabins that are available for the premium deal. And then on the Argentina and Antarctica, we have, let's see, 4 inside, 1 ocean view, 4 veranda, and 1 concierge class for the premium deal. And then Christina has something, so also a special deal just for being with us tonight. And I'll let you say what Celebrity is offering. That's so generous. Thank you.
Yes, so Singles Travel International is such a great partner with us at Celebrity Cruises. So for all of you on the call, whether you have booked or you haven't booked yet, we will be offering a $100 onboard credit for all of you. Whether, again, if you've booked, we'll add that to your booking. And then if you are looking to book, I hope that entices a little bit to book with us, along with the amazing specials that STI really negotiates for you guys.
So this is before March 30th, though.
Yes,
Okay.
book before March 30th. Thank you for holding me accountable on that.
And then can you see the chat, Christina, by any chance?
I can.
Okay.
Yep, I was just pulling it up. So I saw that Barbara had a question if the Persian Gardens are open now with COVID. They are. So of course, things can change between now and January. We hope that as the world continues to open back up, as will our ship capacity increase as well. Right now, we're sailing at about 40% capacity. We've lifted our restrictions on capacity. However, we're continuing to sail at that capacity right now. Who knows where we'll be at in January, but Persian Gardens are open and free to enjoy.
Great. Does anyone else have any questions for Christina? We do have, whoops, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, Vicki, are the solarium areas on the ships, are those adult only?
They are. They're 16 years and older.
Good.
Yes. Very important point.
Can you make them 21 and older?
I wish. Now, No, but I'll be honest, even though Celebrity is a family brand, we don't have as many children. We don't have the rambunctious children on board our ships. They're very well mannered. They're very well educated. So they're very busy with their own programs at sea, focusing on STEM education.
Okay, great. So
I had another.
for Fiji and Tonga, we have, for premium members, we have a 2-night pre-cruise package in Auckland included. And for the Argentina and Antarctica, we have the premium deals. And then we have for everyone a 1-night included in Buenos Aires. So Christina, you were mentioning that you recommend coming in a day early. With Singles Travel International on all of our international departures, we include 1 night before the cruise in whatever city the departure is in, just to make it easier for everybody.
Perfect.
Yeah, because that's very stressful when people are flying in the day of the cruise. So anyone else have any questions? Like if you're signed up already, or if you're thinking about anything.
The Fiji Tonga. I already got an email to book shore excursions. Do you want to book that far out? And are we doing any kind of like group things? Or, because if we book and then we find there's a conflicting thing that's a group trip, or I'm not sure whether to book or not to book.
Yeah, so this is Fiji and Tonga. So the signature experience that we have right now is it was in Apia, Samoa, which was the cultural, what was it called? The Cultural Center Tour, which is one of the excursions through Celebrity. But Christina, I didn't see that on your list, but it was on the Celebrity site. So Barbara, what I would tell you is, closer to the date, usually about 6 months out, we pick an excursion, a recommended excursion for each port, and we put it out for the group. Now, you are free to book any excursion you want, obviously, but because we're bringing singles together, we try to recommend one that would appeal to the majority of the group and that we've had very good feedback on or recommendations about. So we typically will put that out on the chat about 6 months before the trip and allow signups. So otherwise, if there's something you absolutely want and you're worried about it selling out, like that seems very soon to be already selling the excursions. No, Christina?
So generally, once they're booked, we'll start sending those pre-cruise communications, booking
Okay.
those shore excursions, just trying to put that, plant that seed and that nugget to start planning that vacation.
Okay. So yeah, Barbara, let's see, that's a January. So maybe in May or June, on the trip chat, you should start seeing some things about excursions. But again, if there's something you absolutely want to do, sign up for it, and then, put it on the.
You can always cancel. You can always cancel if you want to pre-book your shore excursions now, and then STI comes out with some recommended ones or that group shore excursion. You're free to cancel as long as it's before final payment, and you'll get that money back for that shore excursion.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, and the signature experience will be included. And that was one of the Celebrity excursions. So if you see one on Apia Samoa, don't book that one because that one's included. It was the Samoa cultural center visit.
When is typical final payment?
Final payment for STI, let me hold on one second. I can tell you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Vicki, for those shore excursions for Celebrity.
Oh, sorry.
Generally, when you pre-book your shore excursions, the entirety of the shore excursion is due at that time. But you can cancel anytime up to final payment of your cruise is due.
Do we know when that is?
Yes, so hold on one sec.
Oh, final with SCI. Okay, never mind. Got it. Okay.
Final payment is due September 14th for Fiji Tonga.
Okay.
So
Thank
Vicki, when
you.
is the Argentina, when's that cruise going
The
on?
dates on that is January 27th. That's the pre-night in Buenos Aires through February 11th.
Yeah, it kind of caught my eye because it mentioned Montevideo Uruguay. I was there, dating myself back in the mid 1960s.
It's
I
time
was
to
in the
go
Air
back.
Force. Yeah, well, yeah,
Time to
we
see
had
all the-
I was in Charleston Air Force, but we had a C-141 broke down there and we had to go down and fix it.
Oh, wow.
Flew in, fixed the airplane and flew out on it. Didn't get to do anything.
Now you get to go and say that you did some stuff there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really, and the Argentina Antarctica cruise, that's one that, oh, I would love to do. It looks amazing, amazing.
So on the,
Finances.
so on the shore excursions, you've kind of mentioned that you pay when you sign up. Can you still sign up, I guess, once, or can you wait to choose until you get onto the ship?
Yes, you can, as
Okay.
long as space allows.
Okay.
Yeah, so the only thing, Renee, would be if it's something that you are dying to do, I would say don't wait
Right.
till you get on board, only because
Absolutely.
you know, you would hate to have it be sold out.
Right. Okay. A little spoiled, I guess, on our last trip, the way they kind of handled the excursions was, you could book them,
Yeah,
but you paid for them at the end of the trip. And it was kind of real easy to swap excursions
okay.
if you got on board and, kind of got the spiel on the excursions and figured that you wanted to do something else instead.
Do something different.
And I imagine I mean, I haven't ever encountered someone that wasn't able to do so. So I imagine working with the shore excursion team that they would be able to assist you with that. If you get on board and realize that maybe an excursion that wasn't explained super well on the website, in fact, is one that you really want to do, I'm sure as long as space allows within the group, you would be able to switch.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
And that's what your concierge is there for, Renee, to help you.
Yeah,
So that you don't waste your time doing it, you enjoy, and say to your concierge, could you please go and switch this for me?
Okay.
While you're looking at the penguins and
That's right. That's right.
So who
And the
here,
small ones. Yeah.
exactly, who here is signed up for one of these two? Mark is, and
I am signed up for
okay, Renee
Fiji. Yeah.
I think Renee and Barbara.
and Barbara. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm let me
Mark?
let me disappear for more than 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah, we have a general policy that you can't take more than 10 consecutive days of vacation at one time.
Oh my goodness.
okay.
Well, it's
Yeah.
called work remotely, Mark.
I was going to say, with your always included Wi-Fi, you'll be able to work remotely if that's a
Exactly.
possibility.
Ooh, very good sell, Christina.
Just
Work, that's a
attend the
4-letter
meeting,
word.
Yeah, well, considering time zones and stuff like that, I'd probably be up 24 hours a day.
Yeah, that's true.
You might be anyways, Mark.
Sacrifices.
Well, I'll tell you, these itineraries look absolutely
They
amazing.
do.
And
Yeah.
several of the people here tonight were just in Tahiti with us, Christina. And I think from what I saw and heard that it was a really amazing trip. And so I would think too, the Fiji and Tonga would be just, one of those parts of the world that if you can go, if you have the opportunity to go, and also Antarctica. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
stunningly beautiful, stunningly beautiful.
Yeah,
So,
I can attest New Zealand's gorgeous.
Okay.
Auckland is beautiful. I did New Zealand with STI in 2014. And we spent 4 days in Auckland, and Auckland is absolutely gorgeous. A lot of hills.
It looks very hilly.
But it's absolutely beautiful, and you have to prepare for the flight. I mean, if you went to Tahiti, you know the flight, but the flight for me to go to Auckland was 30 hours.
Oof.
Yeah.
Pack your entertainment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I was on one of the newer Solstice class ships.
Okay.
We had the lawn up top, we had the courting glass blowing. I can't remember the exact name of the Solstice class, but we did a lot.
You might have been on the Solstice.
Maybe it was a Solstice.
She
gorgeous.
was our predominant South Pacific, Australia, New Zealand ship for quite some time.
Yeah, there was a tree in the middle of in the decks. It was literally.
Yes, we have a tree suspension in the middle of our atrium. We have glass elevators in our atrium, and we have a tree suspended in the air on like between decks 6 through 10. So you're just going up this elevator, and all of a sudden you see this gorgeous tree, and it's real. And you'll actually see our horticulturists that are on board, clipping it,
Wow.
suspended.
It was an absolutely beautiful cruise. We had a lot of fun. But as I said, I have one of my favorite pictures is the Sky Tower at night lit up. We actually went up into it, and we had dinner the first night up on the revolving restaurant. And that was a lot of fun.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
Well, now I want to go.
Oh, we actually stayed in the tower. That was nice.
Beautiful.
Very.
So we will have Christina back at another point, and she will be talking about our British, we're going to be having in 2023, British Isles from Amsterdam. And then, Christina, what was the other? Sorry that I'm
Looking at the British
Isles.
Yeah.
That one I can speak a little bit more clearly on because I've been there, so I can share a little more experience. But that's a great trip too. I don't remember which other one we had discussed.
No, maybe it was, you know what, maybe it was just that. So that's something also for you all to look forward to. But just to recap about this, so until March 30th, it's the $100 onboard credit offered by Celebrity, whether you've already signed up or you're going, or you want to sign up. And also we have for our premium members, those premium deals, which, as you all know, don't last very long. So does anyone else have any questions for Christina before we sign off for tonight? No?
That was great. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a very good presentation.
Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. Christina, thank you so much. Thank you for the special offer for the Singles Travel International members. All those things really go a long way. Having an extra $100. And again, I think all of you are premium, if not all of you, most of you are. So thank you for being really, what's the word? Well, anyways, just for sticking with us during this difficult time, traveling with us and realizing that you can travel. Things are getting better. The world is opening up and we can have fun traveling the world together. So thank you all very, very much. If you have any questions, I'm going to put my email in here in the chat, which I think most of you have. Parker at singlestravelintl.com. And if you have any questions about the onboard credit, yes, Mark.
Just side comment before you hang up.
Yes.
Look at the trip chat on Holy Lands.
Okay.
Paula had another question for you.
Oh, okay. Probably about shore excursions.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, I will. I mean, I think I saw that and I have an answer for it. I just have been on deadline for something else.
No worries.
Thank
Just-
you.
Okay.
It's great seeing all of you. Christina, thank you so much again.